Next up, we have a Steelbook, a Best Buy Steelbook release of The Invisible Man on 4K. This is it 2019 or 2020? This is the newer release by Universal of the film. The remake, it looks like 2020 actually. So this is the 2020 version of Invisible Man. And this is a special Steelbook edition from Best Buy. We're going to not only cover the film itself, but we're going to cover the Steelbook. Should you buy this Steelbook? So let's get into that. Starting right now, should you buy this? Absolutely, and I think you should buy the Steelbook. This is one of probably the best 4K presentations of a newer film I've ever seen. How about that? How about that for praise? The picture here is absolutely crisp. It is phenomenal. The blacks are great. They're inky blacks, but you can still see what's going on. Nothing is taken advantage of here. The Dolby Vision is fantastic. Obviously, this is a native 4K film. It's not an upscale. Most digital filming is an upscale. So most newer movies are upscaled from 2K to 4K because they have a lot of special effects. This is actually native 4K. Maybe some of the CGI was done in 2K, but it is a native 4K transfer. The detail in this is phenomenal. Honestly, if I could give this a rating out of 10, the video presentation of the film is a 10 out of 10 here. Very easy. It is just incredible. The Atmos track has great bass. I probably felt the bass more than I did anything else. Some of the other special effects were muted a little bit. They were just a little quieter. But dialogue is given preference over everything else. Dialogue is treated very well here. You're going to hear every word that is said. You're not going to miss any dialogue. As for the story itself, this is really good. Again, I went into this with pretty low expectations. A lot of people really like Elizabeth Moss. She's great. I'm just not her biggest fan, but a lot of people like her. This film is well acted. The story is well told. This is a great new modern take on a classic, The Invisible Man, and it tells the story from the victim's perspective, not from the perspective of The Invisible Man, which is what the previous Universal release did. This was originally supposed to be part of their Universal Dark Universe. I don't know how this story would have been told if it were part of that universe, because it doesn't really fit in with a universe movie. But again, phenomenal picture. Great audio. You get a little bit of extras, not a lot, and there are a few logic gaps. Like for instance, one example, and it was a note I took. He's supposed to be dead, but his dog is still living in the house. Why would they just let the dog stay there? Anyway, there's a few of those in there that you just have to not think about. But overall, this is a fantastic story. This is a fantastic presentation of that story. Video is about as good as I've ever seen on 4K. Audio is great. And to talk about the Steelbook, I love simplistic Steelbooks where the art is just super simplistic and different than what you get on the original release, and that is what you get here. This is a matte finish. You're not going to have to worry about ugly fingerprints if I just show you the back. So great artwork here. Great simplistic artwork. This is absolutely a pickup. We would give it an 8.5 out of 10 if we were rating it. It would be highly recommended. And yes, you should buy this, and you should buy this in 4K.